How's it going, guys? This is Jamie from KaiMinds.com, and I'm talking to...
Hi, my name is Jan. I'm the live operations manager for Total War Arena.
Okay, so Total War Arena has moved away from its sort of full game focus into free-to-play. What challenges did you have for that?
Obviously, we've had many challenges on many fronts. I would say that, first of all, one of the things that for us was completely new is to focus on multiplayer. So that has impacts on almost every part of the game. If you make a game that is entirely multiplayer focused, first of all, you need to look technically at network connections and speeds, especially since we're a peer-to-peer game. And we've inherited the Total War engine. We needed to figure out how do we prevent the game lagging for 20 people when one person has a bad connection. We came up with a system of a relay server that's in the middle that kind of transfers all the data so that when one person lags, it's only he that lags and everybody else just continues fine. And in terms of gameplay as well and game design, obviously we need to look at how do we make sure that people stay motivated for a long time, because especially with a free-to-play game, you want to make sure that people love the game, not just initially when they buy it, but that they continue loving it about 6 to 12 months down the line and hopefully even longer. So yeah, it's really been a good journey for us through closed alpha and now closed beta that we launched yesterday to really talk to our players and understand what do they want out of this game, what do they like, what motivates them, what doesn't motivate them, and where they see the issues, and then reacting to it. So for us, it's really been a learning experience of learning from the players.
So what factions can we expect for this game?
So at the moment we have the Greeks and the Romans, and we've just introduced the barbarians yesterday. They're all set in ancient times, and in the future there will be more factions. We're looking at various options from various continents and time periods. But again, we're going to look at how do our players play the game at the moment? Where do we see gaps? What kind of gaps do we want to fill? And find the right faction for that, and would the players like that faction? So everything that we do, we really look at how's the game being played, and we test it with our players to see how would they react to that.
So you would say you're able to have more freedom with this game as you would for a fully priced $60 or £40 game, would you say?
In a way, yes, and in a way, no. So in a packaged game, you come up with your game idea, you think that's an amazing game, and you do it. Kind of. Obviously, that's a simplified version of it. It's more complicated than that. But whereas for us, we come up with a basic idea, but after that, once the game is live, like it is now, we are essentially handing over some of that control to the players. Because in a free-to-play game, unlike in a box product, if the players don't like it, they're not going to play it, they're not going to pay for it, and the game dies. In a box product, if you make a game and it looks great, there's great marketing, and people love playing it for 10 hours, and then it's good, but then they might not play anymore. So for us, in a way, we have the freedom that we can continually develop the game, we can continually improve it and fix things that we think are worthy of fixing, or that the players think that are worthy of fixing, and like that it becomes a very long-term project. Whereas with a box title, once it's released, yes, you patch it, but you're not gonna invest huge amounts of development time into it, because most likely you're also going to be working on the next title if things went well.
Free-to-play games have a bit of a reputation for being pay to win, and it just locks content constantly just to make you pay more. How would you say you've able to balance the microtransactions to make sure people want to carry on playing and have fun with it?
Right, well, yes, free-to-play does have sometimes that connotation, but I think that is shifting at the moment, because the games industry, especially serious games developers that we would like to count ourselves part of, have woken up to the fact that free-to-play is a viable and very good business model that can be fair to the players, and it's not just crappy games that want to steal money from people, which certainly have existed in the past and will probably still exist in the future. But we've seen a lot of good free-to-play multiplayer, especially games out there, which are very fair. And we want to kind of follow that path as well, especially with our audience, strategy games fans, Total War fans. That's not the audience that has so much warmed up to free-to-play yet. Again, it's changing, obviously, but there's still a lot of people who don't like the idea of it, who do think it's pay to win. So in our game, we've really made sure that everything that you can buy doesn't make you win, or more likely win a battle. You can't just buy yourself to the top levels. You still need to play. You need to experience gameplay. You can speed up the progression speed with money that you spend. You can purchase cosmetic items. You can also purchase premium units. Premiums which are only available for real money, but they're not stronger than the free equivalents. So basically what you're getting, a good example is the Roman unitary. Romans historically were very heavy infantry based, and they hired mercenaries, essentially, auxiliary troops, to fill those gaps of cavalry and archery. And that's kind of what we're doing with the Romans. If you want archers in your squad, then you can hire them for real money as auxiliary troops. At the same time, you might as well team up with a Greek player who has archers, who are probably even better archers, and then you can achieve the same or even better combination if you play together well. But if you want it in your own squad, then yes, that's something you'll have to pay for. But you can definitely play the whole game for free, and you can win or lose regardless of whether you spend money or not. It's very important to us to make sure that the players don't feel that it's pay to win. And we introduced our monetization strategy before we turned on monetization. Posted a lengthy post about that that our players read and commented on. It's very positive. And then we got requests. We want more customization, and so we're like, okay, we'll do that. If they want that, if they want to pay for it, definitely. So we're really reacting to that as well. And yeah, now we just turned monetization on as a first test, and we so far haven't received any negative feedback, only positive. I'm sure there will be some, and we'll look at that and then react to that accordingly again.
Awesome. So when people are putting money in towards the game and they're playing with other players or against other players, do you feel that some people may have a bit of an advantage because on their team? So they might say, hey, you've got a bigger audience than us. Are you able to go forward and we carry on and defending?
No, I don't think so. I think we are seeing at the moment in the games that regardless of whether people use premium units or free-to-play units, that doesn't really impact strategy that much at all. Very often you'll find people with premium units staying behind and defending or attacking. It really depends on the units. So it's very much about the team play and the combination of units, much more than about the individual units. And that's something, for example, some of the clans that have come from Shogun 2 and Rome 2 to now play Arena, they're really organized. They come up with a strategy beforehand, and they're like, you take these units, me those, and then we do this. And then, and then they enter the battlefield and they dominate. And they don't need to spend money to do that. They just need to play together. And I think our fans understand that and see it like that as well.
How many people can play at once?
So at the moment, in one battle, so the number is unlimited because we can scale. But in one battle, we have 10 versus 10, so that's 20 players, and each player controls 3 troops units of between 40 and 100 men. So yeah, you see a lot of troops on the battle, controlled by 10 versus 10 people, which to us seems about the right size, where one person can still feel like a hero, but at the same time, one person having a bad day isn't going to ruin the match, and people don't get toxic and start shouting at each other. We felt that so far we've achieved a nice balance there.
So when can people expect to play the full release?
Well, the full release is going to be at some point next year. The precise date not quite confirmed yet. We'll see when it's ready. But players from Europe can play right now. at playarena.totalwar.com. You just sign up and then you get a key kind of very quickly. And we're going to open up other territories like Russia and the United States in the near future.
And will this be on Steam or will it be your own client?
It is on Steam, and for the foreseeable future, it will remain on Steam. I don't think we're going to change that. Steam is a great platform, and with all our products, we've had a lot of success with Steam. So for now, I don't see any reason why we should change that.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.